The stench of brine and desperation clung to Alara like a second skin. She was a shadow walker, a thief whose fingers danced with moonlight and whose heart beat to the rhythm of stolen secrets. Her current quarry, the obsidian eye, a gem whispered to hold the very essence of forgotten stars, locked within the vault of Lord Viridian, a man whose avarice was as legendary as his paranoia. Alara traced the intricate wards etched into the vault door, each glyph humming with suppressed arcane energy. Her breath misted in the chill air, a stark contrast to the inferno of anticipation in her gut. Then a flicker of movement in the periphery. Not a guard, but a creature woven from smoke and starlight, its eyes burning with an unsettling intelligence. It phased through the wall, its form shimmering, and before Alara could react, it vanished through the vault's reinforced iron. A cold dread, more potent than any magical trap, snaked through her. This was no ordinary heist she followed, her boots barely disturbing the dust motes. The vault was empty, save for a single obsidian pedestal where the eye should have been. But it wasn't the absence of the gem that froze her. It was the spectral etching on the pedestal, a perfect replica of her own guild mark, a symbol only known to the most elite members of the Whispering Hand. The smoke creature reappeared, coalescing into a figure cloaked in shifting nebulae. It was Lyra, her former mentor, the one who had taught Alara the art of shadow, and the one rumored to have vanished into the void years ago. Lyra's voice, a chime of distant bells, echoed, "You thought you were the only one seeking the forbidden little shadow? The eye doesn't belong to avarice nor to ambition. It belongs to the silence." Before Alara could decipher the cryptic pronouncement, Lyra extended a hand, not in malice, but in invitation. A ripple went through the fabric of the vault, and the stone walls melted into a swirling vortex of cosmic dust, revealing not a treasure chamber, but a gateway to the unknown. Alara's world tilted. The vault, the lord, the stolen gem, all of it was a staged performance. Lyra's purpose wasn't theft, but revelation. The obsidian eye wasn't a jewel. It was a key, and the creature of smoke and starlight was a guardian, sent to test those worthy of wielding it. The vortex pulsed, beckoning. Alara looked at her guild mark, then at Lyra's ethereal form. The rules of her old life of theft and survival dissolved like mist. She stepped forward, not as a thief anymore, but as an explorer of truths that defied the mundane. The fantasy crime had ended and a cosmic mystery had begun. The air shimmered around her as Alara crossed the threshold. The vault dissolved behind her like smoke swallowed by the wind, and she found herself suspended in an ocean of stars. There was no up or down, no sense of gravity or time. Only the soft hum of the cosmos, a pulse that seemed to echo her heartbeat. Threads of light spiraled through the void, converging and parting as if the universe itself breathed. Lyra floated before her, luminous and distant, her eyes twin galaxies in constant motion. "You feel it, don't you?" she said, her voice layering over itself like a chorus of memories. The boundary between what is stolen and what is earned, between possession and purpose. Alara tried to speak, but her words were swallowed by the vacuum. Her thoughts scattered, yet Lyra's presence anchored her. The older woman extended a hand again, and this time Alara took it. Her fingers passed through a surface colder than ice, yet warmer than flesh, as if touching the concept of time itself. The world ignited. They stood, though neither could say how, on a platform of obsidian glass that reflected the constellations above and below. 1,000 stars danced beneath their feet, each one pulsing in rhythm with the next. At the edge of the platform floated a towering monolith, carved with shifting sigils that refused to stay still. They twisted like living ink, whispering in languages Alara's mind could almost but not entirely comprehend. "This is the Veil of Silence," Lyra said, "where the obsidian eye was born." Alara stepped closer, her eyes reflecting the movement of the sigils. "You said the eye was a key," she murmured. "A key to what?" Lyra's smile was bittersweet. "To everything that has been forgotten." The words hung heavy as though the universe paused to listen. Then the monolith rippled and cracked open like an eyelid, revealing a core of blinding white light. Alara shielded her eyes, but the light was not merely illumination. It was thought, memory, emotion. She saw flashes of civilizations that had never existed. Stars that burned and died before the dawn of her world. Shadows that devoured entire epochs. She gasped, "What is this?" "The memory of the cosmos," Lyra said. Every star that has lived and perished leaves behind a whisper. The eye is their chorus, but it has been silenced for centuries. Alara turned sharply to her. Silenced? By whom? Lyra looked away, her expression softening with regret. By those who feared what silence might reveal. Something stirred within the light. A shape, tall, indistinct, radiant, stepped forth from the monolith's heart. Its presence made Alara's bones hum, her vision blur. Its voice was a vibration, not sound. You carry the mark of the whispering hand, it said. You are bound by secrecy and shadow. Why have you come to the place where no lies survive? Alara struggled for breath. I didn't choose this path, she managed. It found me. The figure tilted its head as though amused. All thieves claim innocence until the truth steals them in return. The words pierced her. The guild mark on her hand began to glow, a deep violet light seeping into her veins. Pain flared through her body and the platform trembled. Lyra reached for her, but the cosmic wind howled, separating them. Alara. Lyra's voice fractured like glass. Listen to me, the eye doesn't destroy, it reveals. You must accept what it shows you. What it shows me? Alara cried, barely clinging to the platform's edge as the void roared around her. What if I don't want to see? Lyra's form flickered, dissolving into a haze of light. Then it will make you see. The entity raised its hand and the cosmos folded inward. The stars went dark. When Alara opened her eyes again, she was no longer in the void. She was standing in a rain-soaked alley, her boots sinking into puddles that reflected lantern light. The air smelled of rust and salt. The port city of Careless, where she had grown up stealing crusts of bread and glimpses of freedom. But something was wrong. The streets were too quiet. The rain fell upward, evaporating into threads of smoke. Her reflection in the puddle wasn't her own. It was a version of herself with eyes like twin obsidian mirrors. Memories, she whispered, understanding dawning. It's showing me memories, the reflection smiled. Not just memories, it said. Truth. The reflected Alara reached upward, fingers breaking through the water's surface like claws. Alara staggered back, but the ground split beneath her. Shadows poured out, coiling around her ankles, pulling her down into the puddle. She fell, through water, through time, through herself. When she landed, it was in darkness. A single torch flickered to life, illuminating a chamber she recognized instantly. The initiation hall of the Whispering Hand. The air was thick with incense and secrecy. And at the center stood Lyra, alive and whole, younger, her hair not yet streaked with starlight. Around her were masked figures, each carrying a blade engraved with the guild's mark. Alara's younger self knelt before them, trembling but defiant. I vow to walk in shadow, to steal without being seen, to serve the hand until my last breath. Lyra's voice filled the hall. And if you betray the hand? I will be unmade, young Alara said. The scene froze. The older Alara stood watching, heart pounding. She remembered that night, the fear, the thrill, but she'd forgotten the faint tremor in Lyra's voice, the look of guilt in her eyes as she placed the blade on Alara's shoulder. She didn't want to do it, Alara murmured. She didn't want me bound. Yet she did, said a voice behind her. She turned and gasped. The figure from the monolith stood there, dimmer now, its light flickering like a dying star. Every oath has a price. You carry hers. What do you mean? The figure gestured toward the frozen scene. Lyra sealed your shadow to her own. When she vanished, part of you went with her. That is why you were chosen to find the eye. The realization struck her like a blade to the gut. She didn't train me to replace her, Alara whispered. She trained me to free her. The entity nodded once. And now the key lies before you. Will you unlock her silence or join her in it? The scene shattered like glass. Alara was once again in the void, standing before the veil of silence. Lyra was there too, though dimmer, her form fracturing. You see now, she said softly. I was trapped between moments, bound to the eye's memory. Only another marked by the hand could find me. Alara's eyes burned. You used me. Lyra shook her head. I guided you. You've stolen from lords and kings, Alara. But this is the first time you can steal from the universe itself. Take the eye, take what even gods forgot. The monolith pulsed. The eye emerged, a perfect sphere of black glass swallowing the light around it. Within, galaxies swirled and died in silence. Alara reached for it, her heart pounding, her reflection shifting within the gem's depths. Thief, wanderer, savior, destroyer. Every version of herself stared back. As her fingers brushed its surface, the universe inhaled.